Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to What's the Damage, the good old WTD question mark here on my channel. Another segment on this channel where I can unleash all of my inner rage and anger and sadness and sorrow, just put out all of the negative emotions that a person can feel of resentment towards life and nature and the universal demand for existence that we as human beings face on a daily basis. What the hell was all that? What the hell kind of intro was that? Jeez, my God. So this is my third What's the Damage in a row, and my third concept vlog in a row because I've been exhausted lately, doing those very heavily researched and edited videos, especially the football related ones. So I've just been trying to take it easy lately, so I just want to chill. So bear with me here as I do some easy concept vlogs for a bit, and today's topic is actually interesting because the last time that I touched on this was probably a good 5 or 6 years ago. It was a long time ago. This was one of my first videos back when I started doing YouTube, and the title of that video was The First Time I Got Drunk. Shout out to all the OG subscribers who have been here since the beginning and you saw that one, primarily my cousins probably, who were the first ones who saw it back then. I talked about the first time that I got wasted at a birthday party of mine, and since then I have very, very rarely, if ever, touched alcohol, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason why today I'm not a fan of consuming alcohol at all, and it actually harkens to a lot of different things, a lot of ideologies that I have. And today the only thing that I drink that has alcohol is wine, and even then it's in social events when I'm with other people. I don't drink it by myself anymore. I used to, but I've kicked the habit. I used to feel like a nice glass of wine was nice after a good dinner, but I don't think it's healthy for a person who lives by themselves to have and consume an entire bottle of wine in like a week or so. I don't think that was healthy, so I stopped doing it. It is good, it tastes good, but I don't like drinking wine with food anymore. Like after I eat, sure, but I don't know. I like the taste of it, so I prefer to just leave it for social events. But like beer, for example, whiskey, vodka, that kind of stuff, the kinds of things that I used to drink when I was younger, I have completely kicked the habit because when I was like maybe 18 or 19, I started to go out more to parties, and even before then I was drinking beer. Like when I came to live in Brazil as a teenager, I actually wanted to try to fit in very quickly, with the crowd, and I saw that a lot of my new friends drank, they went out to parties and stuff and dance clubs. So I wanted to even though I wasn't the biggest fan of the taste of beer, I still kind of forced myself to drink it just to, be popular and fit in, which kind of harkens a little bit back to this video that I did recently talking about my very cringy gangster past back in America. The same problem. I wanted to fit in, I let peer pressure get the best of me, so I started to drink, I was never like a drunkard. I never became dependent on it. I was never an alcoholic, far from it. I was never addicted to any of that, but I still drank it kind of regularly, almost every weekend when I went out with friends from school. So, but the older I got, the more it started to become like this normal thing to drink almost every weekend. And there was kind of a turning point, which is when I turned 19, right? When at this point I was already going out a little bit more, and my parents didn't like it when I did that, so I had to kind of lie to them and say that I was gonna go to a friend's house and spend an hour, but I would actually go to a club, doing a bunch of other stuff. So I had quite a few interesting experiences during the time that I drank alcohol, and a lot of them were fun, but only one time, at least that I can remember, I actually got completely wasted. I just drank a little bit too much, and it was a Cappy vodka. It was very, very strong, and it happened during my 19th birthday party at a club, and well, things occurred. You see, I had gone with my cousin, his girlfriend, and his friend's girlfriend, and one of my friends, to a club that was very fancy, very popular, to celebrate my 19th birthday, because I felt like I was becoming older, almost an adult now. Far from it, but you get the point. So I decided to go a little overboard and spend a lot of money on drinks. The problem is that I wasn't really aware at the time yet that I have a very weak immune system when it comes to alcohol. Like today, for example, if I have, you know, like more than 2 glasses of wine, I'm already starting to slur a little bit, you know, and, you know, starting to feel woozy. So, you know, I'm very weak with alcohol. It only takes it took back then a couple of cups of beer to make me feel, you know, kind of groggy, but it had to be strong beer, you know, but still. So I underestimated the power of Cape vodka. You know, I don't know if you call that in English. We call it here in Brazil a caipirinha, which is basically like vodka mixed with, I think, more alcohol and some fruit, you know. So basically it's a very strong drink, right? So I drank one and it was pretty okay. It was nice. I think it was if I remember correctly, it was like a strawberry, you know. It gave me confidence to talk to a girl. I tried to ask a random girl who I had never seen before, who was looking at herself in the mirror. I wanted to ask her to dance. I tried to hit on her, you know. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but I tried, you know. And I was like, okay, well, I drank a little bit and it made me confident to approach a girl, which I very rarely do. So I followed the next best logical thing, which was to drink another one, you know. The problem is that the next one that I bought was lemon flavored, you know, and lemon makes the taste a lot stronger. And a lot of what happened now the rest of the night, I remember that my cousin and my friend told me, because I don't remember anything after a certain point, but I do remember buying a second drink, and after that it's all a blur. So what I'm about to tell you now is what I myself was told. At one point, the club started playing Michael Jackson music, and I was sort of like a professional dancer at the time, you know, or at least I was like, you know, as a retired professional dancer, you know, like it's just a way of saying that I was a pretty good dancer. So I wanted to show off my moves and stuff on the dance floor. So I got in front of everybody and apparently started to try to imitate Michael Jackson, do this and that, you know. And after a few moves, I slipped and fell, you know, fell on my back and was just laying there, you know, like rolling around laughing and stuff, you know. And that's when my cousin noticed, yeah, he's gone. He is completely wasted, you know. Gotta take away his drink from him, you know. So apparently he sat me down somewhere and just gave me water, you know, made me drink more and more water, you know, to counteract the effects of the alcohol, you know. So then, you know, he was drinking, his girlfriend was drinking, everybody else was drinking, everybody who was already used to it, you know, but they were drinking beer and I was drinking the strong stuff, you know. I was trying to show off and take advantage, you know, really be in the moment of my 19th birthday that my cousin was paying for. So, you know, I just wanted to do that, and it was fun up until I got drunk and don't remember anything that happened, you know. I very vaguely recall afterwards walking around town. I think my cousin's girlfriend was taking me to the bathroom somewhere outside, or according to her, she was kind of dragging me a little bit occasionally too, you know. So everybody was pretty you know, bad at the end of the night, but I was the worst, you know. I was completely out of it, man, you know. My friend who went with me, we were in school together, he said, bro, you were freaking you were just like, man, you fell on the floor and started, you know, freaking, you know, squirming like a cockroach, you know. In my head I was dancing like MJ, but apparently I wasn't. God, man, that was the first and still to this day only time I got drunk, at least, like I said earlier, as far as I can remember, you know. So after that I decided just to never touch alcohol again, or at least not the strong stuff. And also sometime after that I started going to church, you know, for the first time in years, and I sort of like I don't know, found myself again. I forged a new identity, you know. I was starting to take religion a little bit more seriously, so none of that stuff, you know. I just wanted to not be that person anymore. Although I started to listen to a lot of rock and heavy metal, and it opened the doors to a new phase of my life, but that's beside the point. Regarding alcohol, to this day, I've never had a sip of beer, you know. So yeah. Wait a second, let me rephrase that last part. Since then, I haven't had any beer, you know, to this day. Hold on, I haven't had any beer to this day since then, since that moment, right? So, you know, like I said earlier, just wine, and even then it's socially, you know, very occasionally, because alcohol damages your body over time, guys. You know, I mean, you should know that too much alcohol damages your liver the same way that too much smoking damages your lungs. So, you know, like I understand that if you've been drinking for years, you know, you kind of get used to it. Your body probably builds up, you know, resistance to it. So, I mean, I understand, like your immune system might become used to the alcohol, but you know, like I had one student who was an old man who was a very heavy drinker. He would drink, you know, beer like pretty much every single day, sometimes vodka or whiskey, but his body was used to it. You know, it's decades of drinking, so he built up a lot of antibodies, so he was okay with it. But with me, I just prefer not to, because I'm pretty sure that the less you drink, the more healthy you can be in the long term. Even though I have a grandma who died from lung cancer and never drank alcohol, and I have another grandma who's still alive to this day and drinks alcohol, so I don't understand, you know, but still, I just prefer not to, you know. And if you can avoid drinking, go ahead and do it, you know. It's like the DARE program from back in my childhood, you know, which is they'll say no to drugs. It was I think, drugs awareness resistance education, something like that, you know. The DARE program back in elementary school, you know, really prepared me, you know, to just say no to all the drugs that I never took. But still, just avoid alcohol if you can, all right? It's not good for you, same way that it wasn't good for me in this point here. So I don't want to become drunk. I want to be always aware of what I'm doing, so I don't want that to happen. I want to stay sober, especially to see my friends getting drunk and doing stupid stuff, you know, tell stories later. That'd be cool. So yes, no more alcohol for me, man. I'm good. No more fitting in. I'm just okay in my own skin now. But I want to hear from you guys. I'm legitimately curious, you know, if you happen to drink alcohol, if you like it, you know, just tell me why, what you drink, you know, if you ever got drunk yourself, you know, let me know in the comments below, you know, share your stories. Let's have a little debate. And if you guys happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel, because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell too, so you can know exactly what time I upload. And it's all good. It's all good. I never want to get drunk and forget my actions again, man. You never know what you're going to do when you're under the influence, especially driving. Good God. This is Chazzy, signing out for now. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Very, very sober, as always. Roll the outro screen.